Before we get started on today's episode, we wanted to give a huge shout out to Patrick McBride, our Patreon of the episode. Thank you so much, Patrick, for your support. It's thanks to people like you that we're able to do what we do.
Hello travelers, and welcome back to another episode here at Tourist to Local. My name is Juliana.
No. My name is Juliana.
My name is Martín.
And yes, Martín is the host of this episode today. We are switching roles. I am sitting back and relaxing. It's my week off, and Martín says that he has a video he really wants to share with you guys. So this week, what are you going to be sharing with us, Martín?
I'll be sharing my experience, so it's going to be 5 things that I really like since we moved to the US, and 5 things that not that I don't like, but
yeah, 5 things you don't like. We could just go out and say it.
Let's say it.
Now, Martín is very careful. He never wants to offend anyone. I want to make that very clear. Martín has a very good, kind heart. These are just his observations from him living for the past 4 months in the United States. It's a new country for him to be able to live in, and there's been a lot of changes since you've come from Mexico.
That's right.
Where he's from.
That is right. That's right. Yeah, I don't want to sound desagradecido, you know, like I'm ungrateful. I want this is a new country that opens the door for me, and I'm here living as a migrant, and I'm very happy to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I think every country has its pros and cons, and
that's right.
Today we're going to be talking about both with the United States. Now, actually, this is the first time I'm hearing any of this. You guys are going to see my actual reaction here on camera, because we haven't actually talked about this at all.
And also, I know everybody's experience is different. There are probably some people that they live in the United States for a long period of time. They will disagree with me. And probably Martín of the future in 2-3 years probably have another vision. Right now it's just my vision of the 3.5, almost 4 months that I've been living over here.
And clarifying, we live in Northern California, so it'd probably be different if we were living somewhere else as well.
That's right.
Alright, without further ado, let's jump into it.
Okay, I'm gonna have my list over here. And the first one is gonna be the cost of living.
I was expecting that one.
Yeah, it was like, whoa. Sometimes whenever we're going, for instance, when we went with dinner with your parents, when I saw the amount, I was like, whoa, with this amount of money we can have top dinner with a little bottle of wine in Puerto Vallarta, like for 4 people, you know, like with nice dessert and great view in a top restaurant. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, and it's something that's been so hard for me to adjust to, coming from Mexico to here as well. It's just ridiculous, and I think that what makes it even worse is we're in California. California is freaking expensive.
It is.
But you know what? That's the price you gotta pay to live here, to live where people want a vacation. But yeah, no, I really wish we would have gone out to eat more in Mexico now.
That's right.
Like, I'm just thinking of all the taco stands I walk past. You know, I'll just cook at home. Man, I could have eaten out all the time now.
And it also happens in little produce, especially, you know, like avocados or so when we go to the supermarket and I see the cost, it's like, oh,
it's expensive.
Yeah, that's right. And it goes a little bit the first one with the second one, and I'm gonna say taxes. And yes, we already talked about taxes in Northern California. Well, California. Sometimes you go to a store and it's like, oh, this one is $19.99. Like, I like this shirt or this article or whatever. And then you go to pay, and it was like, oh, it's 22. What?
Yeah.
It says 19.99 over there. And then it's something like the tax just comes from behind and punch you. you know that's how I feel.
I mean, it's so true. Growing up, I got so used to just like knowing it's going to be more expensive than the tag says. So like, I never even looked at the receipt. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna trust the cashier to figure it out for me. And it's funny because in Mexico, this is so stupid to say, and I'm sure I realized it, but like, I didn't really think about how the product I'm buying is the price that it says on the shelf.
Right.
Like, I still kind of assumed it was going to be more, and I just was like, oh, charge it to the card. I don't know. But yeah, since you've pointed that out, though, a couple of weeks ago, you actually told me that one, I started to look at my receipt more, and you're right. It adds up.
Yeah.
We just bought a bunch of furniture for our apartment. And there's like a couple $100. I logged everything on Excel. There's a couple $100 of just taxes.
And then over here I have to like shout out to Juliana because she's being so, it's because of her that in the last months we have like a spreadsheet in
I'm
Excel.
I'm freaky Excel girl. Like I'm the girl who excels everything.
No, but
about
we're
life.
like we're putting a lot of effort in order to stay on a budget in every single travel or in every single whenever we go to groceries or
Yeah.
we're
very budget
very
conscious.
but that's because of you. Like
Yeah.
the work that you have done in the spreadsheet, it's paying out.
Don't thank me, thank Dave Ramsey. He like scared me into any kind of debt. So
Dave Ramsey, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Third, this is a little bit stupid, but it's alright.
okay.
Is schedule for the meals.
Oh my god, you're bringing that one up. He's always saying this. He's always saying our meals are at weird times. Yeah, I'm not.
That's the thing is in Mexico we have different schedule for meals. So for instance, our big meal it will be the lunch and it will be around 3 o'clock. You know, and our dinner is like around 8 in the night. So over here, I mean, I have to adapt because I marry you, and mainly you're the one that is cooking.
But I think it's also a me problem in that, like, I'm a snacker. Like, lunch is just multiple snacks throughout the day. Sometimes I don't eat lunch because my work like runs through the lunch period, and so I'm just like snacking.
See.
So it's also a me thing. But yeah, you're right. Our big meal is definitely not lunch.
It's the lunch is dinner. Yeah, makes sense.
And another weird thing that you thought was weird is breakfast for dinner. We've gone to Denny's a few times and I'll get pancakes for dinner, and you're like
eggs and fruit.
Yeah, you're like,
also your mom likes to get
Yeah.
that. And your father and me were like getting proper dinner. So number 4, most of the US cities, they are not as friendly with pedestrians. That means like you need to have a car in order to go everywhere.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and it's something that I actually don't like about the US as well. I have recently gotten on the side of TikTok that's like all about good urban design.
That's right.
So like I am really passionate about this topic that I wish there was more walkable cities, places that you can bike. Luckily the area we live, there is. But when we visited Denver, or not Denver, when we visited Dallas, oh my god, when we were thinking of almost moving there without a car, glad we didn't do that because that would have been impossible.
That's right.
And that's very important to us. Martin loves to walk, he loves to bike.
Every day I walk.
We took public transportation all the time in Mexico, so, but yeah, you do need a car.
Number 5, and this one is an important one. You guys may think it's not as important, but I swear it is important. And it's the measure. Like, I think you guys make everything upside down.
You get so mad about this all the time, and he'll talk to me like it's my fault.
No.
Like, you guys and your inches, you guys and
the
your
thing
pounds.
is I think it's like try to make it like all the like how everybody makes it in the world, and you guys try to make it completely different. Like, doesn't make sense. I don't get it. The feet,
Wait, I
the
just
inches, the miles.
The other day, he was like, well, how do you know how many inches is in a feet? And I was like, 12. And he's like, but how do you know how many feet are in a yard? I'm like, it's 3. And it's just like these things you know. And when I was saying all that, I was like,
I don't know.
You know what? That doesn't make any sense. But
I was trying to tell her, like, you know, 100 centimeters is a meter.
Yeah, and we learned that in science class. We learned that whole system, and they have us measure things like that in science, but not in.
No, and it's not your fault. It doesn't finish over there. Also, the month and the day. So it's like mix it up. Mix it up.
I just want to make it complicated.
Also, it's like, oh, how much are they gonna pay? We're not gonna say per month. It's gonna be per year. So it's like
or per hour.
Or per hour or per year.
Yeah.
But I'm used in Mexico to be per month. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because you have to pay all your stuff per month.
Oh my gosh.
Makes sense?
Yeah,
So
these are things you've mentioned a lot. It really bothers him a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
I remember when I met you, it's like, oh, my father
is 6'6".
6?
6'6"
like, it's like, oh, my father is 6 foot something. It's like, okay, she puts like a lot of effort to say that. I don't know if he's like very tall or very small. Like, I don't know what it's gonna be. Okay, now the nice things. We're going to the fun part. What I really enjoy about United States. And the first point is gonna be the offer, cultural and sports. I'm amazed. Like, doesn't matter which sport you want to practice over here. I think you have all the tools. You have the full support of the country, of the state, in order to perform what you want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
exactly. I mean, at my school they had badminton, water polo, lacrosse, rugby, everything that you could want. And like in terms of languages too, you could study. I studied Chinese and Spanish. They also had Italian and German and French, like sign language,
and
Japanese.
Even in small cities or in small towns, I think they still have like the cultural stuff, like the theater. You have like a couple of things.
There's a lot of free events too that happen in a lot of communities, and so there's always something going on. And
I really like the offer, and just satisfied with all the things that we have around over here, and also in the different cities that we visited, the museums that I seen, especially in Denver. I was amazed. I love history, so those kind of museums, they teach you a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I loved it.
Yeah.
Number 2 is very important for me, and it's safety, and that's a big thing for me. You know, like, I don't know, there were a couple of times that maybe in the cities that we were living, it wasn't the best time to be there, and I was always getting worried for you to go by yourself. I know you're a very independent woman, but I was always like trying to take care of, you know, like
in Cuernavaca when we were living there, I couldn't go on walks by myself. Like, it just wasn't, I mean, probably would have been okay, but it just wasn't the best idea, and that was really hard for me. That was super hard.
Whenever we're over here and I know she's going for a walk, or she's driving to, I don't know, to the supermarket, or she's going, I know she will be alright. You know, so that takes a lot of stress from me, and I'm very happy. Also, whenever you're having your cell phone and you have maybe a lot of cash in your wallet, you're not worried that somebody's gonna, I don't know, probably there's certain areas in some cities, but overall, in general, you can walk from one place to another and you're gonna be alright.
I think the safety concerns are very different though here than what they are in Mexico. We still have things to be worried about.
That's right.
Obviously, I don't know if you want to talk about this, but shootings happen here a lot more than Mexico. So that's just like a different type of safety concern.
That's right.
But here we don't have to worry so much about like the petty crime like pickpockets and you know, being mugged.
Being mugged or something.
Especially like in the suburbs. That just doesn't happen.
That's right, that's right. Yeah, like in Mexico probably most of the time I was like, Yelena sometimes notice, sometimes no, but I'm walking, she's talking, and I'm like,
he's always looking.
I'm always looking the back, and I think safety is something I feel way less stressed that I was in Mexico, just overall walking outside.
Totally. I agree.
Another thing that I really like, I hate to say it because Yelena's gonna say, whoa, well, I told you so. It's gonna be that delivers everything. You can order something, you can shop online, especially right now that we're buying a lot of things for our apartment, and it just gets delivered to your home the same day, or like if it's a big furniture thing, maybe in 2 days, you know, but everything just gets delivered. In Mexico, I don't think we have Amazon, we have Amazon Prime, we have Deliver as well, but I don't think it's as big. I mean, not all the shops, they have that option.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I'm hearing this. I didn't know that he endorsed my Amazon spending habits, so thank you for instigating that. And you know what's funny, guys, is when we were living in Mexico, and I wouldn't come home for 3 months, and I would see things online. I couldn't get it shipped to Mexico. I was like, but I want it. So I would have it shipped to my parents' house, and when I would come home, it was like second Christmas. I had so many boxes. This was every time I'd come home, I had all my makeup, everything, and I would just be unboxing it, and they had been sitting there for months, but I was still ordering things online. Like, it's a part of our culture. Like, okay, don't say we don't have culture.
Every time we came over here to visit to the US, it looks like Christmas.
Yeah, and then he's like panicked. He's like, what happened? I'm like, it was spaced out over 3 months, okay? It was okay.
Number 4. Something that I really like about the US, it's not something from the US. Let me explain about that. It's the multicultural thing.
Yes.
So I noticed, well, whenever you want to have the best Mexican food, you go with the Mexicans. Whenever you want to have the best Thai food, you go with the Thai. You know where I'm going. And San Francisco, I noticed there is a big community of Chinese, so you can have such great Chinese food. There's certain community living in the big cities, and you can find authentic food from their so I really like that. I like the multicultural way of the United States. I think that's one of the strongest thing of these countries. They have multicultural,
and that's personally my favorite thing about the US, and I hope and wish that people will learn to embrace that more, because I truly believe that we should try to learn from each other's culture and appreciate it, go outside of our own boundaries. And one thing that really caught your attention was when you visited one of the first times, and where we lived there were signs in the grass.
I almost cried. Yeah, we went to this park, and in a couple of houses there were this sign in different languages, in English, in Arabic, in Chinese, and in Spanish, that it says, doesn't matter where you're from, we are happy that you're over here.
Yeah.
And I got very emotional that day, and I said like, oh, I really like that mentality, and I really like that view, especially because also my culture, it's very strong over here, so it's easier for me whenever I really miss Mexican food, just get some tacos, or like speaking in Spanish with people that I play in the park, or getting books in Spanish. You know, it's like I'm not as far as I thought from home.
Yeah. And number 5, what is
Number 5 is very, very important. I really want you guys to hear me out. I don't really like fast food. Only in a very special occasion, or like we're like very desperate occasion. But there's something I love, and it's Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, I love you. Chick-fil-A, I love you. God bless America.
He loves it. Oh my gosh, every time we're out and we see one, he's like, can we go? I'm like,
that
yes.
Spicy sandwich.
The spicy chicken sandwich. You love the frosted lemonade. You were like in
Polynesian sauce.
Yeah, you love Chick-fil-A, and I do too. It's very, very, very delicious. I agree with you on that one.
That's my 5th one. That's my 5th one, and I love it. I cannot do anything about it. Sorry. So thank you for watching this list. I know probably in 1 year I will change everything about this list through my experience in the United States, except Chick-fil-A.
Alright, I hope you guys loved this video, and if Martín did a good job, make sure you subscribe to his channel, Bitácora de Viajero.
Por favor.
It is his channel, it's in Spanish. He hosts that side of our YouTube account. And yeah, same content as me, just in Spanish, so if you want to practice Spanish, that's a great place to go. And yeah, make sure you subscribe here as well to see all of our travel adventures around the US. Doing a lot of fun things these next couple weeks, alright? We'll see you guys in our next video. So long, travel well, and make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time. Bye!
Curious what camera gear we use while traveling? Want to rock some of our awesome merch? Or maybe you just want a discount with some of our favorite companies? Make sure to check out the description of this video for links to all these things and more.